Discuss how the birthday party by Pinter expresses the plight of the artist in society. Marks 10. Answer. Pinter's The Birthday Party is often seen as a play which reflects the plight of the artist in the modern society. Stanley is the artist whom society reclaims from a bohemian existence when we see him at the end, dressed as a clean-shaven gentleman. Stanley's situation is that of an artist who has doubts about his capability. Stanley, a pianist who used to play on the pier, has been out of work for a long time. His temperament is that of an artist, his irregular habits and erratic temperament. He has no inhibitions, and criticizes everything around him. He even calls his rented room a pigsty. Stanley's remarks are typical of the artist who is dissatisfied with his life and everything around, and wishes to live in an imaginary world. We are given an impression that he has come to the seaside place to escape from some kind of harassment by society. He comes across as a misfit who does not want to face the responsibilities that society expects him to shoulder. We see Stanley's anxiety when Meg, the landlady, tells him that two men are expected to stay at her boarding house for a couple of days. The two men are seen as a threat to Stanley's peace of mind and his security at the boarding house, which comes to symbolize his place of refuge. The two men are agents of society which cannot tolerate that an artist should think himself a privileged person who can escape his social responsibilities. Stanley is indifferent towards Lulu's advances because friendship with a woman might lead to a marriage, a convention of society which an artist usually resists. He would rather have a free and a bohemian life rather than be trapped by the responsibilities of a married man. Stanley has dreams of exploring Europe as an artist. He has already played the piano all over the world, all over the country. At the last concert he performed, some persons had become hostile and had conspired against him. He says that those people had wanted him to crawl down on his blended knees. His grievance appears to be against society, and he is apprehensive of its agents who threatens his existence. He gives this unexplained fear in the form of a wheelbarrow which he thinks will come to carry his body and force him to return to society and submit to its customs and traditions. Stanley first beats the boy drum, the birthday gift from Mag, gently and rhythmically, but suddenly begins to beat wildly. A possible explanation for this behavior would be the realization that his idleness had led to the deterioration of his musical skills. If we see Stanley as the artist rebel and the two men as representatives of society, a conflict between them is inevitable. The conflict reaches its crescendo when Stanley is subjected to a grueling interrogation. Some of the questions are absolutely irrelevant and meaningless, but some questions have a bearing on the relationship between an artist and society. Why did you leave the organization? Why did you betray us? You are a plague. You are dead. You can't live, you can't think, you can't love. These questions and allegations are an impeachment of the artist who refuses to perform his social duties. The interrogation takes a toll on Stanley, the artist who has been relentlessly pursued by society. Matters are taken to a head at the birthday party when Stanley tries first to strangle Meg and then to rape Lulu. After the two women have retired, Goldberg and a McCann inflict some mysterious kind of torture on Stanley. The next morning we are told that Stanley has had a nervous breakdown. He comes downstairs in a completely new look, well-dressed and clean-shaven. This gentle look suggests that the pressure exerted by society has proved to be too strong and the artist has been forced to return to the fold of society, and its modes and customs. The two men promise him a golden future. We'll give you proper care and treatment. You'll be reoriented. You'll be rich. You'll be our pride and joy. You'll be a success. And the artist surrenders because he is rendered helpless by society. He is left with no option, being deprived of his freedom and identity, and is finally reduced to an empty shell. Finished. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe, like and comment. Also, please share this channel to help any student pursue a degree in English literature.